What happened while we were away, brought to you by a wild primary night. But we begin in Kansas, where a measure was on the ballot that would have opened the door for the state's legislature to alter the state's constitution to ban baby killing. With almost all votes counted as of this morning, the measure lost by nearly 18 points. Leftists in Kansas were able to mobilize and motivate over 500,000 votes to save baby killing in the state, while only about 375,000 showed up to protect life. As of July, and according to the Secretary of State's office in Kansas, the GOP had nearly twice as many registered voters as Democrats in the state. Not even half the total number of registered Republicans in the state showed up to protect life yesterday. More voters showed up to support baby killing than the total number of registered Democrats. That's an abject embarrassment, and there's no way around it. In completely unrelated news, Chris Kobach won the GOP nomination for Attorney General of Kansas. If he wins election in November, he'll likely be one of the most pro-life attorney generals in the entire country. Moving on to other results in Michigan, Trump-backed gubernatorial candidate Tudor Dixon won her primary race and will take on Gretchen Whitmer in November. In Missouri, gubernatorial candidate and state attorney general Eric Schmidt beat out disgraced former Missouri Governor Eric Greitens in that GOP Senate primary. In Arizona, a couple of closely watched races came out well. Senate candidate Blake Masters won his primary. In the gubernatorial primary between former TV newswoman turned conservative firebrand Carrie Lake and her field of competitors, it was much closer than many polls predicted. As of this morning, the race was too close to call, but it's looking like Lake should be able to close the deal. That's a primary roundup, and moving on to a couple of other stories. Yale epidemiologist Harvey Risch, you may remember him for his advocacy of hydroxychloroquine, says he expects to see inquiries from insurance companies to COVID jab manufacturers regarding compensation to cover, quote, early unexpected mortality claims. He pointed out that insurers' actuaries estimated COVID vaccine recipients would, quote, live longer than they have, based on misrepresentations about all-cause mortality from the original clinical trials. Risch made his comments to the independent news outlet Just the News. New CDC documents produced as a result of a lawsuit from America First Liberty show the CDC overtly asking Twitter to ban COVID skeptic Naomi Wolf. In a trove of emails released by the group, we see various CDC officials producing charts of tweets and links to tweets they deemed as quote-unquote misinformation and asked Twitter officials to mark the content as such. Included in the CDC's so-called claims of vaccine misinformation was one of Naomi Wolf's tweets stating she had heard from numerous women they had menstrual issues after receiving the jab. Of course, that's not misinformation, and it never was. Anthony Fauci, your thoughts?
Well, the menstrual thing is something that seems to be quite transient and temporary. That's the point. That's one of the points.
Steve wanted me to mention he'll be a part of the 3rd annual Vaccine Safety Awareness Marathon at wethepatriotsusa.org on Saturday, September 10th. The live-streamed marathon features guests like Pierre Corey, Peter McCullough, and others. Again, that's the Vaccine Safety Awareness Marathon at wethepatriotsusa.org on Saturday, September 10th. Through Sunday, September 11th. And finally, legendary broadcaster Vin Scully passed away yesterday at the age of 94. Scully was known for his work as the longtime voice of the Los Angeles Dodgers and painted a picture of many, many iconic moments in Dodger history, including this all-time great sports moment. In the bottom of the 9th inning in a 1988 World Series game against the Oakland A's, the inestimable Kirk Gibson, who had 2 injured legs, was called upon to pinch hit with 2 outs while they were behind 4-3.
And look who's coming up. And all year long, he answered the demands until he was physically unable to start tonight with 2 bad legs. The bad left hamstring and the swollen right knee. Trying to catch lightning right now. 3-2 at the plate. High fly ball into right field. She is gone.
And that's what happened while we were away.